day I kept on checking my student portal. One day when I was checking, it was written accepted. Yo, guys. Welcome to my channel, Me, Myself, and Medicine. Wow, the last time you saw me, guys, like it was a year ago, I think. It was a hectic year. It was a hectic year, so but yeah, hello, I come back. So yeah, today this video is gonna be like how I really got into medical school. I think I have a similar video which I posted on my Instagram page, but I just didn't post it on my YouTube. So I just decided to redo the video so I can be able to post it here. Okay, yes. So yeah, how did I really get into medical school? What I can say is like we will, all of us, we won't have like the same journey into medical school. Some people, they got into medical school like straight away, but some of us, like, we had a little bit of hiccups. I don't know if I should call them hiccups or a blessing in disguise, but we actually didn't get into medical school straight away. It started when I was doing grade 10, I can say, because when I was doing grade 9, I was not really sure about what I wanted to be in life. At some point I wanted to do geology. At some point I wanted to do engineering. I think I was saying I want to be a mining engineer. I'm not sure if there is such a thing, but yeah, at some point I wanted to do that. But the moment I got into grade 10 and chose my maths and physics, that's when I realized that actually I want to be a doctor. I don't think there was someone who actually inspired me to become a doctor. It was just something internal that just came to my mind that, oh guys, I want to be a doctor. Where I'm from, really, there are no really like a lot of doctors. I think I only know one, but I don't think he's the reason why I chose medicine anyway. So yeah, that is where it started. And I realized for me to actually get into medicine, I have to actually work hard and like work hard. Yeah, in my high school, actually, I really don't like bragging, guys. Some people will take this as bragging, but I can say I was one of the students who got like better marks, as I told myself. I had to teach most of the subjects. I had to do most of the subject by myself. I didn't have a life science teacher. I didn't have a physics teacher. I think I had a maths teacher. Yeah, I didn't have a physics teacher. So I literally had to teach myself life sciences, which is basically reading, which was not hard, and I also had to teach myself physics, which was quite challenging. And maths, I think I really didn't understand much. Okay, but our teacher was really good, but I just didn't understand that much. So that is what I can say. So but yeah, I was I really did try my best to get the best marks. And when I was doing grade 12, I think I was one of the I think I graduated like top of my school with the marks I got, but actually they were not enough, to be honest. But yes, they were not enough. My average was not enough. I think my average was 70 something. I'm not really sure, but it was like 70 something. I don't think it was 80. So you basically, obviously, when they start choosing medical students, they're gonna start with 100%, 90% before they come to 70. So it wasn't really that good. So I had no choice. Okay, I applied to various universities. It was like, I think I applied to Wits, I applied to Medunza, I applied to UP, and I applied to the University of Limpopo. I think those are the universities that I actually applied to. At Wits, I was rejected. Medunza, I really didn't get a response, but you know, silence, it means you are rejected, obviously. UP, I think I was rejected. I was also rejected. So I had no choice. Like, I'm not trying to explain much in this video, because I have other videos, which example this one here, which is my BSc journey, which I actually talked about like how actually this process went by from one step to another. So this one is just like I'm just trying to take you guys through like my journey into medicine. I'm not really trying to explain like every detail, because there are some videos on my channel that I actually explaining details, like for example also this one, which is how to deal with rejection. I explained like every step that I had to take, and like all the emotions that I actually had to go through, and all of that. So this one is just like how I actually got into medical school. It's just like a brief or something. Okay, as I was saying that when I went to Verts, I got my status on like the portal, which is said we regret to inform you. You know how painful that letter is. We regret to inform you, we regret to inform you. So but yeah, I had to come to the University of Limpopo, and when I got there, I think it was in 2016, and I really didn't know, like University of Limpopo didn't have medicine at first. So I had applied for optometry, and because of we used the post thing, like there were emails, but they were not using emails, rather they were using like the post. I ended up getting my acceptance letter late, and by the time I discovered that I was accepted into optometry, it was already late. But I think this is actually a blessing in disguise, because now surely I would be working as an optometrist, and which is something that I really don't like. So I think this was actually a blessing in disguise. In a way I was hurt, but I think it was like it was great. Like this rejections, they served me right. So yeah, I came here and therefore ended up doing BSc, and therefore yes, I ended up doing BSc, and therefore doing BSc, I was actually devastated. I thought this is my end stop, but I had to find like internal motivation within myself that, girl, you know what, you really need to up your socks and study harder, so that you can be able to get into medicine. So that is when I decided to actually change my attitude towards medicine. Sorry, towards BSc. I started changing my attitude towards BSc, starting taking my practicals seriously, studying. Like I really loved I still love biochemistry, guys. Like biochemistry was my module to shine. Like I shined in biochemistry, you know. Yeah, I loved it I loved it that module so much, or the course, whatever. So yeah, I had to take things matters into my own hands and said, girl, you know what, you are going to slay academically, baby. And yes, I started doing that. I started doing that, passing and passing and passing, and then and therefore I think that was I started like passing really well in my second semester of first year, because first semester I was really struggling trying to adapt to the university teaching style and all of that. So I was kind of struggling. But second semester I was like, girl, you have to wake up and start making the pots. And that's when I started making the pots, and therefore and I went to my second year. I made the pots as well. I loved what I did, actually. There is one quote they say, what are they saying? They're saying, I'm really bad at quotes, guys. I usually misquote people all the time, but it was saying the only way to do great work, it is to love what you do. So that is the quote that actually took me through BSc. And the other quote that actually took me through BSc was, don't study to earn, but study to learn, because once what you learn today is what you will become tomorrow. And I think this is what it can actually apply in medicine. Like in medicine, most of the stuff that you must learn are things that you must keep in your mind: your high blood pressure, your diabetes, because of like, you know, HIV and AIDS. You're gonna meet these people, like these are real life situations, so you really have to know what's going on with them, like hypertension, what it is, what is the threshold to diagnose a patient with hypertension. Like some of the topics, you really have to know them, okay? But the mistake we do is we actually memorize the stuff, go write the test, pass, and then if you can ask me tomorrow, what do you know about hypertension? Don't know nada. So that is one thing I would discourage. So yeah, one quote: don't study to earn, but study to learn, because what you learn today is what you'll become tomorrow. So yeah, okay, back to what we are supposed to talk about. Where was I, guys? Where was I? Okay, I said I did BS. So I started passing, and my second year, yes, I started loving what I do, and if I passed, guys, like, yeah, I passed. I think there is some video where I showed some of my achievements. I got awards, and mostly it was in biochemistry because I loved it a lot. In physics, in chemistry, yes, but in physics and chemistry, you guys, I had like I can't say competitors, but the competition was healthy anyway. Yeah, there were people that were really good in physics and maths and chemistry. Like, yeah, sometimes I will come second place, third place, sometimes first, you know. Yeah, but yeah, there were also those best students. Yeah, sometimes competition, it's needed, but it should be a healthy one, not a toxic one. And then I decided to apply to I applied to the University of Pretoria. Okay, in my second year, I had to do my third year. So when do I have to apply? I think you have to apply at the start of third year for medicine first year. So I actually applied to VERTS for the GEMP, but I didn't make it through. It's because like I really didn't know what to study for that jump. I had no one to guide me. I had no study materials, no previous question papers, so it was really hard for me. I don't think I passed that GEMP test, or the selection test. I don't think I really passed it, because you don't really get to see your marks. So, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I also applied at Medunsa, but I knew Medunsa, like, yeah, it's a whole mess. I also applied at University of Limpopo, my current university now, and I also applied at UP. I really wanted to go to UP with my whole heart, and I ended up being accepted at UP. I think there is another video where I showed you guys like the acceptance letter in some of my videos. I'm gonna leave the video here, where I think it's in the how to deal with rejection. I actually, guys, showed you my acceptance letter to University of Pretoria for veterinary science and also for medicine. So medicine was my first choice, veterinary science was my second choice, and therefore I remember, guys, I was in my third year, and I think I wrote a test. It was after I wrote a test, and therefore I saw the email pop out on my what screen. And when I opened my email, it was saying, congratulations. Like, the woman is said congratulations. Most of my letters would say we regret, but this one was like, congratulations, you made it into the veterinary science, you're one of the students that we chose. So yeah, and everything, it had the information, what to do and what not to do, like how to do that, accept the offer and everything. I was excited, but at the same time I was like, okay, this was my second choice, not my first choice. But if I'm rejected into medicine, I'll rather do veterinary science. Veterinary science is like where you're going to be like a doctor of animals, basically. I love dogs, but I hate spiders. So yeah, I love dogs. So I was like, and I think it's one of the good careers that one can choose. It's not they are not overpopulated, for example. Yeah, they're not overpopulated, so I think it's one degree that one can choose if they really want to become a doctor. They want the title only, but you also have to love animals to do veterinary science. So I was happy, I jumped, but I was not really that happy because it was not my first choice. But I was happy that, okay guys, finally I'm going to be a doctor, you know. And then, okay, fine, I decided not to take the offer, waited a few more days to see my status for my MCHB, and therefore what happened is every day I kept on checking my student portal. One day when I was checking, it was written accepted. Yo guys, you should have seen how excited I was, like, yo. That day, like, I had like a study table there. I think it was the 18th of August, 2018. I even wrote the date and posted it on my like study desk, like this was the best day of my life. I went to the mall alone, took myself out, watched movies, did shopping. Like, I was so happy. And later that day I received an email saying, congratulations, you are accepted into MBCHB. Guys, that was like the most exciting time, the most exciting, like it was very exciting. Like, I was excited, guys. Like, oh my god, I even forgot about school a little bit. I was like, hell no, I'm gonna take myself out and see what I can do with myself. Okay, so I was very excited, and I was like, okay, fine. I think I had a few distractions really in that year, but I still managed to get the good marks that I can get. So yeah, I was excited, and I grinded, and then I wrote my finals. I was waiting for my marks. UP said they are actually waiting for my marks. And remember, I also applied to, okay, vets. As I said, I was not accepted. Medwinter, we didn't get a reply, and therefore I'm here at UL. They were waiting for the lady who was managing the whatever the results. What I don't know. I don't really want to mention her name. I don't know if it's ethical or not. I don't know. But she called me earlier that year and said, you know what, I'm impressed with your marks. So after getting your final marks, please submit your results so we can be able to make the pots. Okay, fine. But my heart wasn't at UL, guys. I've been at UL for the longest time in my life, and I'm tired. I wanted like a change of scenery. But the dumbest thing I made is I was so focused on securing my space in medicine. I even forgot about applying for bursaries. And as you know, NSFAS, it only funds the first degree. It does not fund the second degree. So they were like, I was all like, my mind was focused. So one mistake I made was to take all my focus and put it on securing the space of MBCHB and forgetting about bursaries and other things, because literally I didn't apply for any bursary, guys. Like, I'm still holding myself accountable for that. So guys, please, when you're applying, don't forget to apply for bursaries as well. You can secure the space, but if you don't have a bursary, you're not going to go anywhere. And one thing you're going to face, you might be able to register where your parents can pay the 5,000 and another 5,000. I think I had to pay like 11k for registration. I think 5k was for the room, and the 5k was for 6k was for registration, something like that. That's what actually became an obstacle of me going to UP, because you know, those kind of universities, when you are excluded, financially excluded, you are excluded, you're not gonna register for free. So University of Limpopo, sometimes they tend to have like I don't know what I can call it, but you can like agree acknowledgement of your debt or something like that. But at other universities, for you to actually register the next year when you're still having an outstanding of 200,000 or 150k, like, you will not continue with your studies. So that is what I took into consideration when I was actually having to choose between UP and University of Limpopo. And when University of Limpopo called me, I was actually like, when I was busy sorting out my financial things, I was like, okay guys, I see I have a financial problem, so in the meantime, let me register honors, because I was also accepted for honors into biochemistry. I didn't mention this story. Oh my god, this video is so gonna be long. What time is it, guys? I have a date tonight. So I really have to check the time. So yeah, the honors, I was accepted into honors. I remember I was at home December sleeping, being worried about you know, what am I gonna be next year and all of that. And I received like a call from Prof, I don't know if I should mention the name, but let's just call him Prof X, from Prof X. And he called me and I was like, hello, and he said, is this Beauty talking? And I was like, yeah, it's Beauty. And he was like, oh, congratulations, you made it to our honors group. I think they took only 10 or 15 students, I'm not sure. I think it's 10, I'm not sure about the number, 10, 15, 16, somewhere there. So you made it to our honors class of 2019 biochemistry. I was like, ah! Guys, I screamed. I was like, ah! I made it into honors. But I was not really excited, because that was not my first like choice of doing things next year. So, but I was excited still. And he asked me, what do you want to do? And I was like, the research, I want to research about diseases, and specifically HIV. But I don't think UL, it has HIV. I think mostly the researchers that you research about diseases is cancer. So, but I was interested more in HIV rather than like cancer, you know. Yeah, yes. So yeah, that was it. As I was saying that I was, when I was still sorting out my medicine things, I was like, guys, you never know what's gonna happen. So in the meantime, let me register my honors so that if things don't go my way, I don't get funding and I end up not going to University of University of Pretoria for my medicine, that I can still do something. So I registered for my honors, and when I was registered for my honors, they called me at the University of Limpopo Medical School. It called me and they said, girl, not really girl, but you know how professionally, but girl, you know what, we've been waiting for your results. Come submit and everything. And I submitted, and like, guys, everything was just amazing. Because I had already registered. I had a problem with like deregistering like my BSc and go like it. I went through a lot again, like to change from honors to medicine. I also had to go, oh sorry guys for that, I had to go like through another journey step nje. So but yeah, uh they said they cannot deregister me, because if they deregister you, basically you're being scratched out of the system, so you cannot register anything this year. You have to come back next year. So what they had to do is they switched, I think switched something like that. But at the end of the day, what's important is that I ended up getting my proof of registration for medicine, and I was excited, but I was still sad because I didn't go to UP. I wanted to go to UP, and my people mostly don't want to come to University of Limpopo, but I would say like this is not a bad university. Actually, like we have a lot of people that came from here, which are now professors. They are doing great in life. So the reason why I wanted to go to UP is because, guys, I wanted to change the scenery. Like it can't be like, I can't be like the whole 9 years at the University of Limpopo. That's depressing. So I just wanted to change scenes. But anyway, if God says you're gonna be there, you're gonna go there. There is nothing that can take you the other way or whatever. So yeah, that is how it actually happened. And I ended up like, I was so excited when I got my proof of registration for medicine at UL, and I slowly let go of that UP thing. Ended up doing what? So I actually ended up like going to, yeah, doing medicine here at UL, and yeah, I was credited for some of the modules, so I actually started like later in August. So yeah, so that's my journey, guys. This video is quite long. I think it's 21 minutes long. I feel like it's long. So it shows that a journey into medicine, it's not like easy, because I usually get questions like, how do you get into medicine? I'm gonna apply. So people, when they actually apply and to medicine, they literally think that they are accepted. I had to deal with the fact that when you apply to a certain university, you're actually not really accepted. You have to wait and see, and you also have to make sure that your average is good. Like it should be, you must aim for like an average of over 75%, because of most of the time the question that I usually get asked is, what are the requirements? Okay, the requirements, they differ in each and every university. Okay, they differ in each and every university. So what you can do is check their prospectus, but what I can advise you is make sure that your average is good. It's more than 75%, 80%. Like make sure that it's actually good. Okay, but the requirements, they differ. And what's good, it's at the University of Limpopo this year, we are actually having our we're going to be having like our level 6 student. We have level 6 students, which is great. So next year they're gonna start being doctors, which is even great. So yeah, I know they're gonna do good. Like I know they're gonna do good. They will do good. Like this is exciting. So yeah, so guys, this is basically my journey into medicine. I don't know if I omitted some of the information or not, but this was just like in a nutshell how I ended up doing medicine. And a review I can give on medicine, it's not as glamorous as people think. You must be mentally prepared, to be honest, to do medicine. People don't really tell us about this, that you just see them wearing the stethoscopes and like, oh, I want to wear that as well. Like it comes with a lot of responsibilities, a lot of mental pressure, mental stress, depression. Like it comes with a lot of things, like neglecting yourself for weeks, for months sometimes. Just got a fresh haircut like not so long ago, and and if I start this year without doing another haircut, I might even do a haircut like later on in the year. So it comes with a lot of responsibilities. It's not glamorous. It's actually it's actually like mentally it's mentally requiring, so you must be prepared. There's going to be a lot of sleepless nights. There is a lot of information. The information, it's not really challenging. High blood pressure, it's high blood pressure. The information usually repeats itself, but there is a lot of it. There is a lot of it that you have to capture in a very short period of time. And like, for example, topics such as your hypertension, your diabetes mellitus, what else, your diabetes mellitus and others. They're actually the topics that HIV and AIDS, they're the topics that you must actually master. TB, because of in South Africa, like, they are much more prevalent. We have a lot of patients that are HIV positive, a lot of patients which have TB, a lot of patients like which have diabetes and hypertension, so you must master them. So yeah, that is what I can a review that I can give about medicine. It's a great course. You go for it if you want to really become a doctor, but just know that things such as like having kids and actually being maybe in a committed relationship will be a challenge. And also you will have, if you are in a committed relationship, your partner, if they are also not doctors, they will have to deal with the fact that at 3 a.m. you'll have to wake up having a patient, or you will have to spend like a lot of nights at the hospital, so they will be left alone at home. So those are some of the factors that you must actually take into consideration. So as well as if you want to start a family, it's gonna be a challenge, because of like some people, like they will feel like, okay, now I want to specialize first. Sometimes your partner won't understand if they're not doctors. So yeah, even if when they are doctors, they might not understand, because of they are not the ones who must carry the baby for 9 months and all of that. It's a very challenging time when you're pregnant. A lot of changes happen and all of that. You're tired, your leg swells and all of that. So, but what I can say, it's a great course. You save lives, not really save, you save life, it's a nice course. So go for it if you really want to do it. But you must also consider what I have said. And after doing medicine, it's just a degree, just like BSc is a degree. BSc, you have to do honors and everything. So in medicine, okay, you can be a general practitioner, but if you really want to broaden your understanding and everything, want to be like the best good doctor, you have to also go into specialization, where you specialize in cardiology, rheumatology, like a lot of things. So you must actually consider, and that might even take like more years, 4 years, 6 years, depending on what kind of specialty you have to do. I'm still early in my degree, so I really don't have much more information about this. Yes, I'm not yet Dr. Megby, Dr. Mahani. I'm still a medical student, but that is according to my perspective. I don't have the title yet, but I'm working for it, and hopefully within a few years, yeah, we're gonna be there by God's grace. So I think this is the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is a very long video. It's like 27 minutes long. It should be, I think it's going to be 30 minutes long. Like, it's a very, very, very long video, so I'm really sorry for the length. So anyway, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in, and yeah, till we meet again. Peace out.